Hi, my name is Eric. I'm a violinist, performer, educator, and content creator. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe and hit those bell notifications. It really helps me a lot with your support. Not to mention it's free. So today we're going to talk about Ricochet. Ricochet is a good bow technique to have and takes a little bit of skill to fully master it. So we're going to talk about the different fundamentals of having an effective and controlled ricochet bow. I'm going to explain step by step on how to get a ricochet bow, and please make sure to watch to the end of the video where I'm going to include a bonus tip to really make sure your ricochet bow is spot on. First thing I like to do if I'm playing ricochet bows, something that's similar to like Round of the Goblins. If I play something like Round of the Goblins with the ricochet bow, that requires some skill and it requires some control. So let's go step by step on how to get an effective ricochet bow. First step, I tend to loosen the bow just a little bit. I kind of explain to my students that to have like a spiccato or a sautier bow, you want to loosen the bow just a little bit. It's kind of like a trampoline. If the springs on the trampoline don't have a little bit of give, then you're not going to jump up and down. I find this to be like a kind of like a trampoline in the sense that you loosen the bow and let the bow bounce by itself. And that leads me to my next point, is to have the bow do most of the work. If you try to control the bow, then it's actually gonna be a disservice to you. And you want to be as effortless as possible. You know, the violin is really tough as it is. Why make it harder? So we know that we want the bow to do most of the work for us, and we have loosened our bow. And the next step is to really relax the hand. We don't have to squeeze the hand, press on our index finger, which is a common issue amongst beginners, intermediate, and even advanced players. So now for the actual execution of the ricochet bow. Before you add any of the notes in your piece that you're working on, try doing open strings first. That is the next step. Try doing ricochet on open strings. So we're gonna start 2 down bows and an up. So pretty simple. You're gonna let the bow bounce. And notice how my bow is mostly in the middle part of the bow. The moment I bring the ricochet towards the tip, the tension of the bow hair is actually a lot tighter near the tip. So I'm gonna get a crisper sound. But just for our purposes for this video, we're going to really see if we can have that control on the 2 down bows and an up. Once you feel comfortable with the 2 bows and up, try 3 bows and up. Then once you're comfortable with the 3 bows, 3 down bows and an up, then you try 4 bows. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up. All right, now for my bonus tip. So right now, I told you the mechanics of it. Having a light hand, making sure that your bow is loosened just a little bit, letting the bow do all the work. But we also have to make sure that the placement of the bow on the string is spot on as well. What do I mean? A lot of the times when beginners or intermediates or advanced players, they tend to have what I call runner's arm, which means that the right arm goes behind the body. And we typically don't want to do that because the moment I do, my bow will go across the violin and it's not going to really work to my favor. So making sure that you have a stable wrist and elbow per se, and you are going to see if you can get the bow really perpendicular to the string. So here's another bonus tip. The bow placement on the string closer to the fingerboard or closer to the bridge or even in the middle is going to affect the sound of the ricochet. So to give you an example, I'm gonna try it on the fingerboard now. And you may have heard that the sound quality is different, and also my bow had a tendency to touch the D string and sometimes the E string. Of course, the strings get flatter as we go up the fingerboard for, and it's actually a good way to play chords. 3-note chords, 4-note chords, is to actually not play closer to the bridge. It's actually to go a little bit farther into the fingerboard. But that's for another video, of course. Now here is the sound when my bow is in the middle between the fingerboard and the bridge. I still have a crisp sound, but it's also not harsh. So now we're gonna try doing the ricochet closer to the bridge. So we have that ponticello sound that we get when we play closer to the bridge, and that is common amongst all string instruments, violinists, violists, cellos. Of course, the mechanics of a ricochet bow is different on the cello, of course, because the way we play is different than we do with cellists. But violinists and violists, you can apply this technique that I'm explaining to you in this video to really help amplify your ricochet game. There you have it. Those are my tips for a ricochet bow. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to my violin YouTube channel where I do violin how-to tutorials and pretty much videos violin related. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit those bell notifications to be updated on upcoming videos. We'll see you in the next one.